Oh, gosh. Hey guys, how's it going? We are live tonight. I hope things are working okay. I'm watching it here to see. Turn my. Anyways, it looks like everything's working okay so far. So yeah, I was going to do a live stream yesterday. Let me shut my door so my wife don't come yell at me. I'll be right back. I have to tell her. I have to tell her when I'm doing my live stream and my Zooms. And I just went in there and told her when I got a cup of coffee. I said, "Yeah, I need to put one of them big lights above my door in my room over here." So, anyways, all right, good to hear. Yeah, I was going to do a live stream last night, but yesterday was the day they switched my internet service. So I used to have Comcast. And now I've gone to another service called Ben Lomond. It's fiber optic. So we're going to see how that goes. The Comcast stuff was cable modem type stuff, you know, it was on the coax. And the road I live up in, I'm way up here in the county, and the wire, the coax that comes up this road is really old. I don't think it can handle the speed, but I was having some issues with the internet. Plus, it was costing me, for unlimited internet here, it was costing me $135 a month. Well, when I went to this other service, this Ben Lomond, which is like a rural carrier type of deal, they're only $60 a month total, including tax. No equipment rental, $60 a month, unlimited. 1 gig in, 1 gig out. I said, yeah, that's me, I'm there. So I've been waiting about a month for them to come, and they came yesterday kind of late. And I decided not to chance it because once they did their thing, I had to do my thing. I had to get my my NAS, my network storage back up and running. I had to get everything switched over, the Wi-Fi's on everything. So I didn't want to push it, so I canceled the live stream last night and scheduled it for tonight instead. Anyways, hopefully things will be a lot better for me and my internet department in the future. Here's another thing, it kills me. I called Comcast up last night. Xfinity is the name of the company. Comcast, used to be Comcast. And I think Spectrum may have bought them out. I'm not sure. But anyways, I got on the chat box and got a nice, you know, foreign speaking girl, I think. And we got the process going for me to cancel my service. Well, then she said, you're going to get a phone call, okay, within the next 1 to 2 days. Before I even got off of the chat box with her, the phone rings. And it's the other person from Comcast. And they start in, they're trying to keep me. And I said, no, look, you don't understand. I want to cancel my service. And I said, I've already switched. Well, yeah, but we can save you. I said, no, you can't save me anything, okay? I've been through this with you before. I said, so I'm done. I said, just cancel my service, please. I was very nice. I didn't get rude with them or anything. I was very patient. But let me tell you something. It took me an hour on the phone, almost an hour, to get them to cancel my service, you know? I think I could have got service quicker than trying to cancel it. So I packaged up their modem. I had their modem and took it down to the UPS store and dropped it off today. So hopefully I am done with that, okay? Hey, Joe and Tim. Is that Tim? Yeah, Tim's here. Retirement Underrated is Tim. And there's Mr. Folk Art and Camera. None of them can save you time. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Joe says, I have AT&T fiber. So far, it's been very reliable. They've gone up on price twice in the 2 years, though. Yeah, I don't, you know, I talked to this company about that, and they are a local phone company. They've been around for a long time. They're like a rural carrier, and they're starting to expand their area. And I don't know if they're subsidized by, you know, the government. Of course, that could all change now, too. But yeah, they told me that in the last 2 years, they have not had any price increases. That's how long they've been in my area. And we'll see, okay? Even if they go up a little bit, I still don't mind. As long as it's reliable and I've got good upload and download speeds, I'm good with that, okay? Anyways, welcome to the live stream tonight. And this is one I've been wanting to do for about a week. And we're going to cover about, let's see, I got my little, wait a minute, Mr. Folk Art and Camera. I think his name is Bud. I got my high-tech teleprompter here, okay? Just for you. Yeah, so I decided to make a script out tonight. First off, I'm going to talk about, well, these are the 5 things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about protecting my gear while I'm here at home. Okay, I got an idea I want to share with you about that. I want to talk to you about how I am deciding what to take on my trip next week to Virginia. I'm going up around Woody's area. And yeah, we're going to talk about packing the bag, what I'm going to put there. And then I've got a couple kayak videos I want to show you. And we're going to talk about some new gear. Now, here's what I want to talk about right now, new gear. I was very excited to find out that Tamron has... Yeah, they will catch on someday. I use them all the time now, okay? I just don't show them on the screen like you do. You know, you put it on your desk and you point to it and you check it off as you go. But hey, I love your channel, man. I mean, I'm a loyal follower. I love it when you put your videos out. And I'm not too much into the art stuff, you know, when you do those reprises or whatever you call them. But you know, when you talk about your other stuff, I enjoy your channel thoroughly. I really do. There's a lot of channels I watch, and there's just some of them I levitate to, and I think I can relate to them. And yours is one of them. Okay, I like to watch Kevin's channel. Now that I found him, you know, just watching those kind of stuff, it just kind of, you know, YouTube is my TV. I don't have cable TV. I just watch YouTube stuff all the time. Recently, there's been a lot of this government shutdown showing up on my feed. You know, I just go away from it and do something else. Anyways, a new lens that just came out. It was just announced, and I was very excited about this. Okay, I don't know how good a lens it's going to be, but Tamron has come out with their own 70-180 f2.8 VC G2. It's not going to be available for purchase. You can pre-order it now, but it's not going to be available on B&H for about till October the 23rd, I think, is when it's coming out. I watched a video on it yesterday, and it was very, very interesting. First off, let's talk about something. Nikon has a 70-180 f2.8 made by Tamron. It's rebranded. It does not have vibration reduction in it. The new Tamron lens for the Z mount it has the Tamron VC vibration control in it. It's only about, I think it's only about $50 or $100 more than the Nikon version, okay? So here's my thought, okay? You would be better off to buy the Tamron version when it comes out because it's got vibration control in it. So Woody, this is a 70-180. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Let me get in here a second, and you can see what I'm watching. B&H. Let's pull it up on B&H real quick. They already have it listed on their website. So the Tamron Z mount is $1149. Okay, right there it is. It's a new release, has not come out yet. $1,149. Now the Nikon, let's go look at the Nikon. The Nikon is $50 more. Oh, okay. Hey, so the Tamron's going to be $50 less, and it has vibration control. I don't know what's going to happen here because, you know, I think it's kind of a weird marriage that Nikon did with Tamron on this lens. I couldn't understand that part of it. You know, maybe somebody on here has an idea of what they are actually doing, okay, with that lens. But it's just, you know, it's kind of weird that they did that they went into bed with Tamron and let them rebrand a lens that Tamron's making. Anyways, I'm really excited about that lens because those of you that have been watching the channels knows that I've been looking for a different lens. I was looking for the 100 to 400. It's gotten out of my price range. I'm still not sure about the 28 to 400, although there are a few on the channel here that, you know, think highly of it. I'm not too sure what Folk Art and Camera thinks about it these days. Maybe he'll chime in the chat box here and let us know. But I know that he really enjoyed that lens. But anyways, the 70 to 180 sounds like a pretty cool, you know, landscape possibility, or even sports, you know, 70 to 180. The only thing is, it's a puffer lens. So when you zoom out, it extends like the 24 to 120 does. Okay. But that's the only thing I've noticed about it. And that really doesn't bother me very much. Okay. Anyways, I noticed too also for you fans of the Nikon 24 to 70 f2.8 version 1 has been discontinued all of a sudden. I wonder why. Because version 2 has come out at a higher price, by the way. But I did read the other day that they have discontinued that lens. And let's pull up, let's have a look here at the Nikon rumors, as soon as I can find it here. Where did I put this at? Put it somewhere. Where'd it go? Nikon rumors. I believe this is it right here. No, this is an old one. Nikon Rumors was talking about it. I can't find it right now. I'm not going to bore you with that. Yeah, they were looking for it. They were talking about it being discontinued up there. And let me get back to my other screen. There we go. Anyways, that was one of the things I wanted to bring up. Nikon hit today with a refurbished sale. I got an email today on a 4-day refurbished sale going on. You can check that out go to the Nikon USA website and click on the top bar, the menu bar where it says deals, and then there's a refurbished tab. I didn't see anything remarkable in there that I would be interested in, or any of you might be interested in. So yeah, I didn't see anything that was worth yeah, I'll tell you what, sometimes this computer gets screwy. Looking for my chat box. Let's see if I can find it here. I got to get my chat box up because I can't see what y'all are saying. I can't even find it now. See, that's the problem with using OBS. You got to be a rocket scientist to use it. Hold on one second. Let me get this chat box back up so I can see what you guys are typing. I switched off of it a minute ago. Now I've lost it. Well, I don't know where it's at now. Live chat. Sorry. Is that it? Open panel. Well, if you're all saying anything, I can't see it right now. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Yeah, I can see it in there. Okay, nobody said anything. That's good. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, let me show you a couple videos I did from the new kayak that I got, and let me play a few of those. And let's bring up the first one right here. All right, I have everything I need. Where's my bottle of water? Let's see if that cup holder works for a bottle of water. Yeah, it does. And I've got a dry bag over here on the right hand side. I put my Pocket 3 in. All I got right now is my Osmo Action 4. We are ready to launch. Can y'all hear that? Here. Yeah, I guess you can. There'll be some adjustments I have to do, okay, to this. There she goes. Whoa. Hey, we're on the water. One thing I can see right now is this little mount right here is going to be in my way. So we're going to take it off for now because I don't think I'll be using it today. Put that in the dry bag. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go over here to the bridge before the sun gets too much higher. And that'd be the first thing I do. And see if I can do some landscape photography. Let's make sure I got everything right here. It's really calm out here this morning. Peaceful. All right, so that was the first clip. Now that is a new kayak I bought. I got rid of my old red kayak. This one here is a hybrid. It's called an Ascend H10. They sell it at Bass Pro. They had it on sale when I bought it. And it's got a more comfortable seat in it, and also you kind of sit down in it. It's a lot more stable, okay, especially when I'm shooting. Let me pull up the second clip here and show it to you real quick. So like I said earlier in the video, this is September 27th. Yeah, 2025. And some of the colors are starting to show a little bit out here. So far, she tracks pretty straight, about as straight as my Perception Pescador did. One of the things different about this kayak is I'm gonna have to have a bilge pump just in case, because it will hold water. On the sit-on tops, it has scutcheon holes that you were able to, that it would drain itself. And you could put a plug in them holes if you didn't want that. If you want to keep your butt from getting wet. One of the things I've seen on the reviews about this Ascend H10 was it's not a fast kayak, but you know what? I'm not about paddling fast. Wet sun's bright this morning. I like it.
paddle holder right there in the front. And so far the Action 4 is pretty stable up there. And I'll get around the corner here and I'll turn the camera around so you can see where we're going. Get up here in the shadows a little bit, away from that harsh sunlight. Something like that.
So that was my kayak trip up into the lake there at the Cumberland Mountain State Park, which is a local park to me. And I like to go out there, but they charge $6.50 to launch your kayak from their launch. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that cotton carrier in a minute, Woody. Anyways, let me pull up this next clip right here and show you what I'm going to be doing.
Come out here in.
So one more thing I want to say. I actually had two camera bodies this day with me, and I'll tell you why. I had the D500 with the 500 PF mounted on that cotton carrier, but I also took the Z6ii and put the 24-120 on there because I want to do a landscape shot of this bridge that's on this lake, and I'm going to show it to you in the video here in just a second.
I come out here in the middle of the lake, and I am probably about 200 feet from the bridge using the Nikon Z6ii with the 24-120 lens, and I believe if I was to come out here with my 50mm that I could make this shot happen out here in the middle of the lake. I don't need a 70-200 or something like that. Let me show you that photograph I just took now in the video at 50mm with the 24-120 Nikon F4 S-Line lens.
So here is the photograph right here that I took from the kayak. And I'm going to show you another photograph I took today from the shore of what this bridge looks like. This is a really iconic bridge for me. And I had to turn my mic, I had to mute my microphone on my shirt so you wouldn't get feedback from the screen. But anyway, and I forgot to do that. Anyways, this is from the kayak. So I'm looking forward to doing some landscape type photography when I can from the kayak. The only thing is, you know, I think I have to be specific when I go out. I'm either going out for landscape type stuff, which could be a waterfall along a lake that's not accessible, those kind of things. You know, there's a lot of gorges here in Tennessee that you can get into with a kayak that you can't walk or hike into. And I would leave the wildlife rig at home. Like that day I was out there, I only seen one bird. Well, I seen two, but I only seen one, and it got up and flew before I actually seen it. It actually seen me before I seen it. So it was a bust on the D500 using the 500 PF that day. But here's the picture I took today from the shore of this bridge. This is with the Nikon Z8 and the 24-120. I'm going to tell you something. The 24-120 f4 lens, Nikon lens, is a superior lens. I mean, they really hit a home run with that thing. I really enjoy using it on the Z6ii and the Z8. So, you know, it's a little bit heavy, but so is the Z8, okay? You know, that's a heavy camera too. But yeah, I just wanted to show you those photographs a little bit, and we're going to move on to the next part of this. I am enjoying the kayak, even though I've only got to take it out one time since I got it. I've just been really busy trying to get ready for my trip and some other things, okay? But yeah, let's see. Okay, so this is the main part of the show now. So I'm sitting here thinking, like I always do, what gear do I need to take with me on my trip? And it's always a hard thing for me to think of. It may be a hard thing for you to think of. I always overpack. I take too much shit, with me. Too many lenses, too many camera bodies. I think, well, I need this, but I might need this. I might decide to go do some street photography, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. Well, this time I enlisted the help of AI, okay? And I'm gonna show you what I did. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen so you can see it, okay? And what I have here now is ChatGPT, all right? And I asked ChatGPT a question, okay, today. And let me get the question up here. Let me find it here. Fall photography gear list. Okay, and I'm going to show you how it works. Let me copy this, and we're going to start a brand new one. If you haven't used ChatGPT, it's a lot of fun to use. Ask it questions, and it's pretty interesting to see what kind of answers it comes up with. But here's the question that I asked ChatGPT today. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just let it run. I said, I have the following camera gear, and I'm going to take a fall photography trip to the mountains for fall colors, waterfalls, and some wildlife. Please make me a list of the gear I should pack for the trip with emphasis on pack lightly. So I gave you a list of my gear. Right there, you can see it on the screen, camera gear, Nikon Z8, Nikon Z6ii, Nikon Z50ii, and the Nikon D500. Then I listed the lenses, the Nikon 14-30, 24-120, the 180-600, the 105 macro, the 50, 1.8, the 500 PF, and the 16-50 kit lens for the Z50 Mark II. And here's what chat says. Here's a lightweight, practical packing list for your fall photography trip to the mountains. Optimized for fall colors, waterfalls, and wildlife while keeping your load manageable and versatile. Essential camera gear, light but versatile kit. Camera bodies, choose 2 maximum. Nikon Z8 as your main body, high resolution, best for landscapes and waterfalls. Nikon Z6ii, your backup body, low light capable body. Okay, and then it says leave the Z52 and the D500 behind unless you need a super light backup or specialized crop factor for reach. So let's talk about that for a minute. Specialized super light backup or crop factor reach. So I got to thinking about the wildlife part of this, not the landscape part, but the wildlife part. I'm mainly going to Virginia for a lot of landscape stuff. I'm looking for, sunrises, sunsets, fall colors, foggy mornings, those kind of things. Mainly landscape, but I am there for some wildlife photography also. I'm looking mainly for deer. That's my thing, deer. If I ran into turkey or bear or whatever else I would run into while I'm up there, staying at the Big Meadows campground on Skyline Drive, then I would have something to use. I normally would use the D500 and the 500 PF together for reach. So I don't think I really need a crop sensor body with me. I'm going to tell you what lenses I'm going to take here in just a second, but I don't think I need the D500 for reach or the Z50 Mark II for reach. So I'm really thinking carefully that I'm going to take the Z8 and the Z6ii, and that's it. I'm going to leave the other 2 camera bodies at home. Let's talk about lenses. Versatility and weight balance. Hello, Hassan, how are you? Anyways, here's my lens recommendations. ChatGPT says take the 14-30. It's wide, lightweight, perfect for waterfalls, vistas, sunrises, and sunsets. Take the 24-120. All-purpose walk-around lens, covers most situations. Now, for wildlife, that was for landscapes and fall colors. For wildlife, it says take the 500 PF. It's compact and razor sharp, ideal for handheld wildlife shots. And then for detailed close-ups, I could take the 105 macro lens for leaf details, textures, frost, or fungi. It says optional. Bring only if you enjoy close-up work. I do enjoy close-up work, but it's not my forte, okay? So I don't think I'm gonna take the 105 macro, but I do agree with it with the 14 to 30, the 24 to 120, and the 500 PF, okay? And it's saying here, leave it home to save weight. Nikon Z50 kit, 16 to 50, it's redundant. It says it's redundant. Leave the Nikon D500, it's heavy and duplicative. And leave the 50 millimeter 1.8. It's redundant because the 24 to 120 covers that range. Okay, he's got a good point there. So then it goes down and it gets really detailed now. Essential accessories, support and stability, a lightweight carbon fiber tripod. I've got a Leofoto LS324, whatever it's called. Folk Art and Cameras had one. I know he's had one on his channel before. I love that tripod. It's got an Acrotech ball head on top of it. I just love that combination. It's very lightweight. The ball head that I have under the Acrotech does not have a quick release, but that's not a big deal to me. A remote shutter. I will probably take a remote shutter with me just in case I get into something maybe like a astro type photography or something. I'm not sure about that part. Lens cloths, microfiber wipes. I always take those with me. And a rocket blower to blow your lenses off. Filters, circular polarizer for fall colors and waterfalls. ND filter, a 3 to 6 stop. I usually take a 6 stop, but I have a 3, a 6, and a 10. I use the Case Wolverine magnetic filters. That's the first version, not the Revolution, the Wolverines. And it came with a 3, 6, and a 10 stop. Love that kit. Okay, just love that kit. Lens cleaning brush or blower. I already said that. Power and storage, 4 to 6 batteries and a dual battery charger. So I normally take a power pack with me. I've got some Anchor power packs, or 10,000 milliamp hours, and I use those. And I also have battery packs with me in my vehicle. I have, the regular lithium ion type battery packs. I have a 1,000 watt hour and I have a 300 watt hour I take with me. So I've got plenty of battery power to charge things I need to charge. And those are actually faster than trying to charge them off the carports that are in the vehicle itself. Those things only put out like a half an amp or something. They're slow. So I usually keep that 300 milliamp handy with me right there near the seat so I can plug things into it because it'll charge a lot quicker. Of course, memory cards. I use CF Express cards on both of those camera bodies. But I do have SD cards also for backup purposes. A portable SSD drive, I have that. I'm going to be taking one of those with me. And then a lightweight camera backpack, okay? Now, a rain cover, I'm going to show you in a minute. We're going to go over to that table, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to move the camera, and we're going to go over there. Hopefully, we don't lose the live stream when I do that. But anyways, compact rain jacket. I have one of those. It's pretty cool. Let me go show it to you real quick. I bought it from Bass Pro several years ago, and I always keep it with me in the truck. Sorry about that. I had to go. It was hanging on the door over there. Let me show you real quick. Let me pull you up full screen. So this here came from Bass Pro. This is my rain jacket. It's Gore-Tex, all right? It costs $125 for this rain jacket. But you know what? Whoops. That was the best. That's the best $125 I ever spent because it goes in this little bag like this, okay? And as you can see, this is a Cabela's brand. I could have bought some pants with it, but I didn't. I have used this outside working. This is it has a name to it. Let me see what the name of it is. It's some kind of, I can't remember what it was. It had a name. It's some kind of outfit. They have their 100 mile an hour stuff. This is not the 100 mile an hour stuff. This is like the 20 mile an hour stuff. But it keeps me dry. I have been caught in the rain on the trail. And what's nice about this is you can just roll it up like this. I don't even know if they sell them anymore. I've had this for about 3 or 4 years. But you can roll it up just like this, like I'm doing. And it comes with a hood too. It's pretty good. It's a good rain jacket. And then you can stuff it in this bag like so. And if I'm out hiking, I'm getting it in the bag for you. If I'm out hiking and it looks like it's gonna rain on us, okay, on me, then what I do, it has a little clip right here. I also have carabiners on my backpack, but I can just hang this on my pack and carry it with me. As you can see, it's not very big. I can get it in 2 of my hands. So it's a pretty cool rain jacket. Like I said I spent $125 for it before COVID, okay? When I did buy it for $125, my wife said, "You paid $125 for that?" I said, "Yeah, but honey," I said, "it's Gore-Tex." She said, I don't care if it's Kotex." Anyways, it's a good rain jacket, and I do have one. I do have it with me. So what else does it say? Layered clothing for mountain temperatures. This is important. I was watching the weather forecast for the area I'm going into up to Skyline Drive, Big Meadows. And I don't know what it's going to be on the mountain, but I did check in the valleys, and it's going to be late next week. It's still going to be in the 70s during the daytime up there, 40s at night. So I'm not too sure if that weather's going to hold out. I'm going to be there a whole week, maybe longer. Okay, Woody, I might be there a little longer. I'll let you know. I'm getting real itchy. Okay. Anyways, layered clothing. I usually wear hoodies, and I do wear some camouflage when I'm out doing wildlife stuff. But compact gloves. I have special gloves. They're photographer's gloves. I bought them at the local camera store several years ago. I bought 2 pair, and they have a little zipper thing here on the top that you can put a hand warmer in. They work really good. The fingers peel back and they're magnetic, and you can have your fingers loose to use your camera gear. And then trail snacks, water bottle, and a small first aid kit. That is one thing I do not have. I do not have a small first aid kit. And to be honest with you, besides a cut finger, if I did get hurt, I wouldn't know how to treat myself. Okay, I'm not an EMT. I'm not one of those. So I don't know what I would do if I really got injured. You know, I hike by myself a lot. Now I am going to meet a friend of mine up there from Crossville. Her and her husband are coming up also. They're going to be camping up there, and I imagine I'll be hanging out with them quite a bit. But yeah, it's always good to go hiking with other people, okay? So the summary of ChatGPT is, if you want to go ultralight but still cover everything, the Z8 and the Z6ii, the 14-30, the 24-120, and the 500 PF. That setup covers landscapes, waterfalls, and wildlife with minimal overlap or excessive gear. Now, one more thing. So would you like me to print a PDF checklist for this list? It's handy to pack with. I already did that. What do you all think about the answer that ChatGPT gave me? What is your opinion on what it did? I thought it did pretty good, but I would be interested in hearing what you had to say. Hey, Kath's here. Before we had to start wearing fire-resistant rain gear, we used the Cabela's guidewear. I think that's what this is. I think it's guidewear. I think that's what it is. There was guidewear, and then I think the next thing was 100 mile an hour, and then I think they got a 200 mile an hour now. A friend of mine was a bass fisherman, and he had the 100 mile an hour stuff, and he swore by it. You know, he could be out on his boat, his bass boat, raining, and he never got wet. Frost warning for tonight near Big Meadows. That's pretty cool. Woody thinks it's spot on for the area. So you think the gear list that it gave me, and I did ask the question, I think, properly. And that's one thing, if you're going to try this AI stuff out, and I think you should, okay? There's nothing wrong with asking it questions. I have asked it a while ago. I couldn't remember, but I did ask a question of it. Let me show you right here. Let's see if I can pull this up. Does the Nikon, I couldn't remember the exact answer, but I did ask it, does the Nikon 70-180 f2.8 Z lens have VR? It says no. The Nikon Z70-180 f2.8 does not include built-in VR. It relies on the sensor-based stabilization of the camera body for shake reduction. So, you know, AI has some use, okay? Now, if you feed it some bullshit, it's probably going to give you bullshit back, all right? But I have asked it several different questions about just everyday things. Like here, I asked it about the DJI Nano. Which controllers will the DJI Nano, that's a drone, work with? And it gave me a whole list of the controllers that it worked with. So, you know, try it out sometime. ChatGPT, you can just load it up on your phone or your computer. And, you know, if you ever want to know something, just kind of ask it, you know. Anyways, let me show you what it produced here. I'm going to go back to my normal screen. Let me get over here a second. And, you know, it produced a PDF checklist for me. I have two of them here. I don't know why. One of them is fancier than the other. But look right here. This was the first one I did. And for some reason, okay, let me get it so you can read it. For some reason, it put the 180 right there, the 180 to 600 on the list instead of the 500 PF. It made the 500 PF optional. So I guess I asked the question a different way. This one here, I think I asked for waterfalls, landscape, wildlife, and I think the landscapes had sunrises and sunsets. I don't know why it picked the 180 to 600. You know, it's a toss-up to me, the 180 to 600 or the 500 PF. The 500 PF is going to be lightweight for hiking around all day with the cotton carrier, and I'm going to use my cotton carrier with that. And anyways, yeah. So it gave me a really cool, there's the other checklist it gave me. That's the one I'm going to follow right here. And what I want to do is I'm going to save this on my computer and add to it a little bit to have a more complete list, personalized list for me, all right? So you might want to play around with that a little bit. If you want, if you like this, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll load this on my Google Drives, all right? Let me make a note on my high-tech teleprompter here. I'll load that on my Google Drive if you want to download it and see what it says, see what it came up with. Let me make a note because I'll forget it if I don't. Got any questions about that? About my gear I'm taking with me? Okay, now I'm going to move. Okay, this is important. Let me get situated here. This is something I've never done before, is move my camera, okay? So first off, I want to move my light, okay? Now, if you haven't noticed, I've done some modifications to my, there, see there? I pulled the cord out of the light. There it goes. I'm gonna back up just a little bit because I want to show you some things. I've done some modifications to my room, and let me release this camera, okay, off of the cradle right here and take you with me real quick. Okay, so one of the things I want to show you is over here. This little area right here, this is my drop zone. And I mean, it drops everything. That white box right there is my network attached storage. I have battery chargers. There's my Action 4 and Action 3 camera. There's some handheld selfie sticks, batteries and stuff. Just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. And then up here on the shelves, you know, I got stuff up there. And let me tell you something. I have decluttered this once, all right? Anyways, I used to keep my camera bodies, all my camera bodies and all my lenses on this table. Well, it's a little dusty in my house. Okay, we have gas heat, all right? And I bet David Saylors can't do this. Take his camera around the room. Anyways, I got a really long USB-C cord on here. That's why I said I hope it doesn't fail on me. Anyways, yeah, so we have gas heat in the house, and it gets a little dusty in the house, all right, a little bit. And we did have our ducts cleaned a couple years ago, and it helped a lot. But there's still a lot of dust in the house, and it gets on everything. So the other day when I was getting ready to get my gear out and start going through it for this trip, I noticed that everything was covered in dust. My lenses, my camera bodies. Luckily I had caps on everything, but it doesn't matter. It was just still covered with dust. I said, you know what? I can't live like this. I can't have my gear laying on that table all the time getting dusty, okay? A lot of times I'll just grab something and go. So I got to thinking about it, and all my lenses were kind of standing upright over there against that wall. My camera bodies were over there with the lenses off of them and the body caps on them, what have you. So I thought, you know what I need to do? I need to put all that stuff in a tote, okay? So I come up with this crazy idea to go to Walmart and find a tote, okay? I'm gonna go away from my phone right now, so I won't be able to see the chat box right away. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you what I came up with. I'm gonna move my, hold on here, I don't wanna unplug my camera. I'm gonna move my camera, I'm gonna put it on my tripod here that I have, and I'm gonna turn it around so you can see. This is my other table, okay? And let me step over this and get some more light on the scene over here, okay? So, here's what I got. Here's my tote right here. And let me show you what I did. Let's see if you can see that real good. Let me turn the camera down just a little bit. Okay, so you can see. And I just bought one of these totes. They're Sterilite totes. I got a bunch of them, okay? I do a bunch of this tote stuff around here. And you can't hardly see my face, but that's okay. Anyways, I put everything, all my equipment is in this tote except for the 500 PF and the 180 to 600. They are not in this tote. But this is all my stuff. So what I just put a towel on the bottom of it there, okay, to kind of protect it a little bit. Now I'm not going to travel with this, all right? That would be a bad thing if I don't want to travel with this because it'll knock stuff around. But having it in this tote like this will keep it from getting a bunch of dust on it. And that's what I decided to do. I also have a labeler. So what I did is I labeled, let me show you right here. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me get some more light over here. My light rolls around on wheels. Let me see if that helps you. So what I did was I took a labeler, and on the end of my lens caps, if I can show you, I made a label for each lens, okay? So when I look in here, I'm gonna bring you over so you can see it, okay? As long as I don't disconnect this camera. So when I look in here, all right, I can actually see what lenses I have and which one I want to grab. There's the 24 to 120, there's the 14 to 30, the 50, and then my crop sensor lenses, the 16 to 50 and the 12 to 28 PZ. Here's the Nikon Z8, here's the Z6ii. Now, I do not have the Z50 Mark II or the D500 in here. And the reason why is the D500, I keep it in my bedroom. Now my cable's not long enough to take you into my bedroom, but I keep it in my bedroom on my dresser turned upside down because that's where I shoot a lot of bird photography from, is from my bedroom window. So I can't show you that. And where is the Z50 Mark II at? I got to go find that little sucker. Okay, it's somewhere around here. I'm not sure where it went to. It's probably in one of my bags over here. I've got a couple bags. Anyways, I kind of wanted to give you a tip here. If you've got your lenses laying around your house, just nilly-willy on shelves and what have you. Now, if you remember in my room over here on this wall, you can go back and look at a previous live stream or a video I did from this desk. But I did have some shelves up here that I put on here. And there were some photographs on the wall. And on those shelves, they weren't very long. That's where I stored these lenses at, was on those shelves. And I didn't like that, okay? I'm trying to rearrange things so I can do some different videos like I'm doing tonight, where I got up out of my chair and I'm over here at this desk. I even bought a new light, okay, new LED lamp from Amazon. It just came in today. I changed, this was on that desk. This this black one. This new light's a little bit bigger. If you want to see what it looks like, I'll put a link in the description of the video when I get done, and you can see where I got it from Amazon. Okay, so anyways, I got all my stuff in my tote. Okay, it's not going to get dusty. All right, not going to get dusty anymore, and you know that's a cool thing. All right, let me find that. What do I do with that camera? I don't know where it's at. It's here somewhere. Oh, I found it. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. Here's the Z50 Mark II. Now, if I took the lens off of this, it's got the Tokina lens on it. If I took the lens off of this, I believe I could fit that in the box with the other bodies. So they got different size totes at Walmart. All right, they've got them shallow like this, and then they've got them like this too. This is a deeper one. Okay, it doesn't really suit my purposes, but it's deeper than that one. It's the same size because it takes the same lid. All right, and I think this is like $9 for this one. That one might have been $7. You know, it's not very expensive, but yeah, they're made by Sterilite. And this one here's a 27 quart. This was the size down. They do have bigger ones, longer ones. If you want something longer, you could do that. But guys, let me tell you something. If you got a dust problem, I think that's one clever way to solve it. All right. Now we're gonna put that aside for a second. So what I'm gonna do, let me get my lid. I'm gonna take this hardware off of this table for a minute. Okay, just don't drop it. There's a lot of money in that box. Okay, so this is the backpack I use. Okay, folk art and camera will recognize this. This is a Mindshift. This is a is it a first flight? I can't remember now. It's got I think it's a first flight or first light, whatever they call it. It's I don't even remember how big it was now. 30 liter. Yeah, it's 30 liter. This is my main backpack. So, you know, this is what I'll haul everything in from the ChatGPT. It will have no problem fitting in this bag. It's got a bunch of stuff in here right now that I need to take out. And, you know, I haven't used it in quite a while. I use it when I go hiking. It's got zipper pouches in the top for extra stuff, you know, like if you want to put some hand warmers, batteries, memory cards, remote releases I keep in here, all kinds of cool stuff, rocket blower, filter pouch, little lens case, you know, a couple little lens cases. I've just been storing some stuff in there. But this is my main backpack. I do have another one. It's a Low Pro 450 AW. I don't use that backpack as much anymore. It was my first real backpack that I bought back in like 2019 when I started hiking a lot, the waterfalls and what have you. Let me move you back over here carefully so we don't lose you. How cool was that? Anyways, let me see what Woody has to say. I see a comment in here. Let me get my camera situated. I keep all my camera gear in camera bags while at home. Yeah. Anyways, I wanted to show you one more thing here before we get done with the live stream. And if you got any questions, leave me a question in there, okay? This is the Nikon Z50 Mark II, all right? I love this little camera. It's just a cool camera to use. I used it last weekend. Did I use it last weekend? What did I have last weekend? I went to the air show last weekend. No, I used the Z8 last weekend. Anyways, it's a crop sensor, and I have the FTZ2 adapter on there. But if you'll notice, I have a Tokina 11-16 f2.8. I just bought this lens. This is the DX2 version. Let me get that up there so you can see it. The DX2 version has the focus motor built into it. The older version, which has got silver instead of gold, is a DX version. It does not have a built-in focus motor and will only work with screw-drive camera bodies like a D500 or the D850s. Or, well, you can't use it on a D850. It's a crop sensor lens. It's not a full-frame lens. It's a crop sensor lens. 11-16 f2.8. I bought it for a couple reasons, but one of the main reasons I bought it for is I was looking for something to get into astrophotography, okay? And this was the cheapest option I could get into it for. I bought this used off of Facebook Marketplace locally. I met the guy at a gas station, you know, for $120 I paid for this lens. It was mint, okay? He used it on he used it on a D500, I think he said, until he upgraded to full frame. It's been at his house for a long time. He just didn't use it anymore, decided to sell it. I think I got a really good deal on it, okay? It has some pretty cool features to it. One of the things is the manual focus, autofocus mechanism. It's a push-pull type of situation. So when you pull it down into MF for manual focus, this ring is disabled. But when you push it back up, then you can actually focus it manually here. It has an aperture ring, a zoom ring that you can actually read. And it also has a readout like the old Nikon lenses did. If you look right there, a distance readout. So it's a pretty cool lens. Now, I've shot with it already. The amount of distortion is not significant. And the zoom range of this is 11-16. So full frame equivalent, you're talking about what? 15 and a half to 24. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. F2.8. See. Folk Art and Camera says, I still have mine, but now stored under the staircase closet. Don't try on a Shimoda at the camera store unless you want to end up buying it. Yeah. So, Folk Art and Camera is referring to my backpack. He has a Mind Shift. He had about 3 Mind Shift backpacks, if I remember. You still got all 3 of them, or have you gotten rid of some of them? But I love that Mind Shift backpack. I went to the camera store in Knoxville one day, had a pocket full of money, and I wasn't intending on buying anything. Yeah, that's right. Lie about that, Ron. But they had Mind Shift backpacks on sale. And like I said, I was using the Low Pro 450 AW. It's all weather for you don't know what that means. It was a tactile one. It had the Molly type connector system on the outside of it. And it suited my purpose back when I was just shooting with a D7500 and a 12-24. But when I got into the mirrorless systems, I got more lenses and what have you, the backpack became too small. I still keep it around. I just don't use it very often. Doug says I have a think tank. He has 2 think tank bags for Z8 and Z6 bodies, 14-30, 24-120, 100-400 would be my dream lens, okay? The 180-600 to 105, the 20 f1.8 was on my salivating list also, and the Tamron 35-150 all stay in the bags while at home. Well, cool. You got a pretty good selection of lenses there. I see about 3 of them. Might come over there and snatch from me real quick. The 100-400, the 20 f1.8, and the 35-150 sounds interesting. Also, let me get some coffee right here. It's decaf. There's Phil. Hey, Phil. Went out to the state park today, and by next Thursday, I would say you'll be spot on, okay? While you're out there, here's my tips for you. Explore the paved ADA trail that goes around the lake. You can park there at the visitor center if you want to and walk from there all the way around by the marina and the restaurant and then over to the bridge. Make sure you look off of that path at the bridge as you're walking around there. There's one place in particular I like to shoot from. It's in front of a bench about a quarter mile out of the visitor center. There's your tips. So Folk Art and Camera sold one of the bags, okay. So do you consider yourself, do you consider yourself a bag junkie? I know I do. I consider myself just a junkie, period. Okay. You know, I'm with the rest of you here. There's a few camera nerds in here, right? Anyway, let me check my high-tech teleprompter. Okay. See if I forgot anything that I wanted to talk about tonight. Nah, that's about it. I'm going to put some links into the description of this video. Oh yeah, I want to show you my new lamp. Okay, so the lamp, that black lamp over there. Let me take you off the base again. Hey Phil, watch this. Okay, I'm mobile. All right. See this lamp right here? This LED lamp. This has been my main lamp for forever on my work desk. And let me turn you around so you can see my work desk. This is my work desk. This is where all the magic happens. Okay. There's the new lamp there that I bought from Amazon. It's got 2 bars on it, which is a lot bigger. It's pretty cool because you can dim it, change the color tone. It's a really good LED lamp. I wanted a black one because you see that post it's clamped to the desk down there. You see that post? Well, it's a lot sturdier. It's a lot sturdier than some of the new stuff that they're selling right now on Amazon. And that black one has the same kind of arms. It's a little bit sturdier. They don't sell that one anymore. I can't find it. I bought this that one there is probably about 3 years old. I've never had a bit of problem with it. And so I decided to buy a second one because I'm outfitting that desk over there for a different purpose. If you haven't noticed, that's one of those Husky brand manual crank up desks. Phil has one. And that's the 42-inch, but when I retired in December, I needed more space. So I bought this other one here. This one here's the 62-inch, okay? So it's a lot longer. And you can see here, well, go ahead and ask the question, okay? What are all those Post-it notes doing on the wall? Well, that y'all are getting it all tonight, okay? That is Ron's whiteboard, okay? When I have a thought or a note or something, then I put a sticky note up on the wall here. Like right there, if you look right there, I got a note to myself about some barns I want to photograph in the local area. And let's see, here's my October revenue from my YouTube channels. And then here's a note that my Microsoft Office is going to expire in January. And I've got a note up there to check Stack Social for a non-recurring licensable Microsoft Office that I can get from up there. So yeah, those are my sticky notes. I got some more over here above my MacBook. They're right up there on the wall. They mainly had to do with shortcuts on the keyboard and stuff that I can't remember sometimes. So yeah, y'all seen it all tonight, okay? So I use a MacBook Pro. It's an M3. 16-inch. I have it hooked up to a Benro. I think it's a 24-inch monitor. I've thought about getting a bigger monitor, but actually for my setup here, it's just perfect. Okay, the monitor and everything. So you're getting a little bit behind the scenes tonight. Cass said let's see, let me back up. Bag, yeah, bag. He's a bag and a tripod junkie, I guess. That's what Folk Art and Camera saying. Phil, I keep my cameras either in a cabinet with closed doors or in a bag, but never just sitting out because of dust. Yeah, I covered that earlier about that. That was one of the things that got me going to the tote. Now, I could just take the whole tote and put it in my truck with me, but I don't want to do that. I want to stick to what ChatGPT told me to take, okay? Cass says she had some geese fly over, headed south yesterday. Fun to watch them. Yeah, I haven't seen any geese yet come over Tennessee, so I'm expecting in about another month to start hearing the sandhill cranes. Okay, they'll be coming down from the north. Yeah, Phil. I hope the tote does work for me. I may get a little more fancier. I may go back to Walmart and try to find something a little longer, but they don't have but like 3 or 4 different sizes of that kind of tote. And I don't need a thick one. I just need a little bit longer so I could get, you know, my Z50 Mark II and this other lens in there. But I may be able to finagle it around where I can, okay? Like I said, I really love the Z50 Mark II. J Rods, how you doing? Frost warning tonight here in northern Connecticut. Got 4 Viltrock Air series being delivered tomorrow as well. The 15mm through 56mm 1.7. Excited to put them through the paces. I would love to hear about those, those Viltrock lenses. I thought about the one Phil has, that is it the 16 or the 11? What is that? The 16 Viltrock lens. Anyways, for astro stuff, I'm just a wide angle guy. I love wide angle photography. I love what the 11 to 16 will do. Let me see if I can. Let me grab one over here real quick. Let me pull up a photograph I took with the 11-16 on the Z50 Mark II. I was going to do a video about it, but I didn't have enough content. And it was the first day I was using the Z50 with the Z50 Mark II with the 11-16. So let me see here, metadata, and I want the 11-16 and the Z50. I might as well show this to you. Hold on a second. Let me just do this. Let me show you how I'm doing this. I pulled up Lightroom. I'm in my Pictures 2025 folder, and I said sort the Z50 Mark II and a 16mm lens. So this is the photographs I got. All right. Let me show you one here. This is really cool. This is sharp. Look how sharp that is. Will you look how sharp that is? That is sharp, okay? Let me go full screen for you. Look at that. That's handheld, okay? Handheld. On the Z50 Mark II at 1/500th of a second, f5.6, ISO 110. And that's at 16mm. That's not even at 11mm. Let me see if I can find one that's got 11mm. That's 16. This one's 11mm, okay? Has it been edited? I don't think it has. No, let's put a little edit to it. And let me zoom in on that just a little bit and go full screen. What I really need to do is apply just a little bit of sharpening to it, okay? And now we'll go full screen. So that is 11, okay? 11mm of this building. When it moves, it's re-rendering it, okay? So that was at 1/500th of a second, f5.6 at 1/180th. If I had done f8, it probably would have been tack sharp. Here's another cool one. This is f5.6 at 11mm. See the exaggeration on that photograph? Okay, I just love that. I love that of a wide angle lens. I love it. This is a fire station they're building here in Crossville. I've been keeping up with. If y'all haven't watched my drone channel, Tennessee Drone, I do drone videos over there because that channel is not monetized. And and that way I don't fool around with stuff over there. I don't have to worry about it. But if you want to go check out some of the drone videos I do, what I do with my drones is I keep up with local construction sites mostly, what's going on around the county. We have a Facebook page here. It's called Crossville Then and Now. We go in there and we post things, about, how this was, and then progress. If we're following construction, if I'm following construction, I've got about 7 or 8 construction projects that I'm watching over. And I've got this one right here that I watched. And there's drone videos up there if you want to go watch them on that channel. I mean, it's pretty sharp. Look at that picture. It's zoomed in 100%. Okay. And that was at f5.6. Let that re-render. So I think, personally, I got a pretty cool lens, okay? Let's see what this one is. 11.5mm. Let me find, I think this one here is just the bomb, okay? This is at 1/500th of a second, f5.6 at ISO 250. And it's in the evening light. The sun's setting in front of me behind the building. You can't see the sun, but it is setting behind me. This is a brand new building they built over at the college for the diesel mechanic school. So I think it's a pretty cool, yeah, hey Terrell, yeah, a little bit late. That's okay, you can catch the rerun. Yeah, so I love that lens. It's a good lens, and I'm really glad that, let's see if I got anything else in here. This is an f8 shot at 16mm, but this is ISO 2000. So there's a fair amount of noise, and let me see, I did apply some denoise to it right here, about 50%. I might jack that up to about 65%. And let's just have a look at that. Even with the ISO 2000 on the Z50 Mark II, handheld at 1/320th of a second f8. I think it's pretty good. Okay. I mean, look, let's go full screen so you can see that. Look at the brick. You can see the texture of the brick and everything. Okay, and I'm pretty sure the focus point was right here in the center. Let's take a look at the eagle. Okay, let that re-render. So I think it's a pretty good lens. Okay, what do y'all think? Y'all think it is? You know, I just love wide angle stuff like this exaggerated stuff. Call me crazy. Anyways, so Phil, if you go back through the video, while I'm here, let me just show you what I shot today at Cumberland Mountain State Park. I went out there just for you, Phil, just to kind of scope the area out. I don't need to take any more photographs out there. I pretty much got what I need. Where did I put those? Here it is, Cumberland Mountain State Park. So this is one I took today. It's got an edit on it. Yeah, just a slight edit on it. This is with the Z8 and the 24-120. You can see how sharp that is. And there was some people, I've got a photograph here where some people were on the bridge. I kind of moved around a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, there's some people on the bridge right there. Handheld, 1/320th of a second. So yeah, when you go there, you know, and I hope you get, I don't even know what I'm showing you here. Ha! There it is, Phil. It's right here. You want to see the picture? Yeah. So this is the picture I took today standing on the fishing dock by the restaurant. Yeah. Yeah, I stole it for $120, Phil. I was tickled, man. Hey, I'll tell you what. I know the guy takes care of his stuff because he showed up in a Jaguar, okay? A nice Jaguar. And I think he worked over at Oak Ridge, the nuclear labs, but he's a real nice guy. And I put it on my camera, took a few photographs with it, checked it out. It was clean as a whistle. I said, here you go, here's your $120. Nice to meet you. See you later. Drove back home. I had to drive about 60 miles to go get it. Anyways, this is Phil's shot next week. And you can see, Phil, some of these trees are dead back here. Like that one there, that one there, that one there. So this photograph right here, I edited it. And what I did is I did some masking on it, just a little bit of masking. But I punched up the saturation. Oops, I don't want to do that. I punched up the saturation a little bit on these trees back here, just to get some of the color. I tell you, it's not as good of a backdrop as it has been in the past. I hope you have a fairly nice sky in the morning there. The sun rises on the right-hand side, and over here on the right-hand side, over here, you can't see it, is where the visitor center parking is. And then that lake goes around behind where I'm standing. The path, the ADA path, is like a half a mile paved path. It's easy. And you'll find a lot of things to photograph there. If the marina's there and the kayaks are out on the dock, you might be able to photograph those, get some water reflections and what have you. You'll find plenty. But one more thing, Phil, make sure you get to, don't go down where the mill house is. You're not allowed to go down on the right side of the bridge, but over on the left side of the bridge is a hiking trail that'll take you to the bottom of the spillway. And if we've had a little bit of rain, then there'll be some water coming over in the spillway. So you might want a polarizer filter or maybe an ND filter to get some kind of blurry water if it's sunny out. I was watching the weather forecast. It's not calling for a lot of rain up here next week, and it looks like it's going to be fairly sunny, okay? Fairly sunny. You're not seeing the photos. Oh, you're seeing the photos now, yeah. Anyways, I'm excited for you. I hope you get some good photographs up there. It's been good to me over the years. I went back looking at my catalog the other day, and I've been shooting out there since about 2018, stalking that bridge. That's the kind of photography I like to do. I like to find a subject that interests me, and then I just stalk it. I go there time and time and time again, okay? I don't know how many times I've been to this bridge out there at the Cumberland Mountain State Park, okay? I don't have a clue how many times. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. It's wanting to close down somewhere. Where's it at? Oh, it's over here. Cancel. Yeah, let me pull that back up real quick, and I'll tell you how many photographs. I'm going to go back into my Lightroom catalog here, and I'm going to go to the top of the hierarchy, and what we're going to do is do a search. Let me do a search here, text, and let's do Cumberland Mountain. If that'll do it or not. It'll do most of it. So this photograph here was taken in, let me close the keyword list down. This is probably the first photograph I ever took of this. It was my D7100, my 12-24 lens on March 25th, 2018. That's when I started my stalking, okay? And then it was just, you know, over and over and over again. There's a whole bunch of photographs here. This is what the spillway looks like on the other side from the mill house. Don't go down the mill house though. It's for guests only, Phil. You have to go on this far side over here. I thought this was a cool photograph, okay? The water was really flowing heavy that day. This is probably one of my favorite fall time images of it, okay? This right here. This was taken in, again with the D7100. This was taken in the fall of the year. Where's the date at? I don't see the date here. Maybe it's over here. October 29th, 2018 is when I took this. Okay, so that was in the fall. And you can see, fall on the plateau is hit or miss. If we have a wet fall, then it drags out later. If we have a dry fall in August and September, like we have this year, it starts earlier. The trees get distressed and what have you. This bridge is there, Phil. You'll find this bridge there. This is a sunset. I actually calculated that with photo pills and took that on January 28th of 2020. This is a snow picture from out there, February 20th, 2020. You know, it just goes on and on and on and on, okay? Anyways, this is the marina. If you find that, you'll be able to get a photograph of all that. I'm giving away all the good stuff here. Phil might want to click off of that. Anyways, that's enough of that. Appreciate y'all coming up to the live stream tonight, and I'll be leaving sometime next week. I'm not too sure when. I'm watching the government shutdown stuff right now. I have not gotten any word about the Big Meadows Campground, which is a national park campground on Skyline Drive in the Shenandoah National Park. But I am going prepared. I was going to haul my camping trailer behind me. I have decided now not to do that, all right? I want to be mobile. I want to be able to get around. So I'm going to take my truck and truck camp in it, okay, like I normally did. So it means I'm going to change the way I'm doing things. I built a little desk to go in the back of my truck on the headrest in the back seat so I can work back there if I want to. This is a landscape photography trip mainly. I'm looking for stuff, colors, barns, rural. Woody has given me a lot of pointers about the areas in the low country around Staunton and Waynesville, which is the start of the Skyline Drive on the southern end. So I am considering, my reservations don't start at Big Meadows till next Sunday, a week from this Sunday, which is the 19th, I think. And I'm there for a week. I'm considering leaving a couple days early and hanging out around Staunton and Waynesville. And there's a couple forest places to boondock, dispersed camping that I can go with the truck. If I had the camping trailer, it would be a hindrance, okay? I wouldn't be able to get around as much. And there's another side trip I would like to take on the way up, okay? And it's really out of the way. It's over by Beckley, which is out of the way of the way I'm going, but it's a location that I've been wanting to go to at the Babcock State Park and photograph the mill there in the fall colors. I don't know how many more chances I'll have to go up to Virginia or the Shenandoah National Park in the future. I'm going to be 68 in a couple weeks, so we don't know what life holds for us in the future. So grab it while you can, okay? Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Appreciate everybody. Yes, Terrell, I'm looking forward to this. This is the first time I've done Virginia. And then my big, now I have 3 trips planned this fall. That one, Shenandoah. Then I'll be a week at Cades Cove the week before Thanksgiving. I always go the week before Thanksgiving during the rut, and I go over there to do deer and whatever I can find, bear. And then last year I did really well in November, but I was still working. And then on December the 20, let me see, December the 20, I'll tell you when. This is the end of December. Yeah, on December 29th, I'll be at St. Mark's, Florida, which is in the Panhandle below Tallahassee, for 10 days of bird photography. And I'm probably going to take the camper down there. It's quite a haul. It's about 500 miles from Crossville. So is Shenandoah. Shenandoah is about 500 miles. But I will be going down specifically for wildlife and some landscape. It'd be just the opposite of what I'm doing now. So I'll probably take the camping trailer down there. I'll definitely take the camping trailer to Cades Cove when I go over there, okay? So I'm looking forward to all that. And I'm hoping Virginia is great. You know, I'm watching the fall colors. We're actually getting some fall color changes here in Crossville now, Cumberland County, but we're about 2,000 feet up in elevation. That state park I just showed you, it's at about 2,000 feet elevation. From what I understand, I've been watching some pictures of some Facebook pages out there. Some of the colors, like on Grandfather Mountain, Lynn Cove Viaduct area, they're about 5,000 feet. They've got some really good colors, and they're calling for a really good weekend up there of colors. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there until next week, so I'm getting real itchy. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. Appreciate y'all coming to the live stream tonight, and we'll do it again sometime. Okay, see y'all later. Bye-bye.